Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Project Mindset Podcast.
Yes.
We are here today with the Honorable.
Chef Nikki Nicole, live and direct,
Right. In this segment, we're going to be talking about,
pouring into others and remembering to feed yourself.
yeah,
Ooh, that's deep.
it's often neglected sometimes.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
pouring into yourself because you be so busy pouring into other people.
When
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
ask everybody that's on the podcast, when you hear the word self-care, what does that mean to you?
Self care means a lot to me because, hey, self care you got to take care of numero uno. That's self perseverance. That's first.
Okay.
Because if I ain't taking care of myself, how I'm gonna be able to take care of somebody else? So it means a lot to me. I have to have that. If they want me to be, calm, I got to
Absolutely.
put that self care into there.
You gotta
Plus, it make you feel good.
You gotta pour when your cup is runneth over. you go,
Most definitely.
you
Most
can't
definitely.
you can't pour when it's dry.
Most definitely. Oh no, you can't pour nothing if it's half empty.
Absolutely.
So
So this week we're highlighting local business owners, small business. Um I know some things about you, but won't you, introduce yourself
okay.
and let the people know like who Chef Nikki is?
Okay. Well, I go by Chef Nikki Nicole. My name is Nicole. I got that Nikki Nicole part from one of my little cousins back in the early '90s. She would run around the house and call me Nikki Nicole, Nikki Nicole. So that's where that little part came from. So and I liked it. It was different. So boom, we ran with that Chef Nikki Nicole. But anywho, I am what 50 years old. I'm glad to be in the 50 club. I'm 50. And I am originally from Flint, Michigan. I moved here to Indianapolis, Indiana in 2007.
Okay.
I moved here in '07. Had never been here before, so that was an adventure for that. So I have three kids. They grown. I got two grandboys, my little Grammys. And I got into the culinary part probably, I've been cooking since I was like 7. So my mama was a baker, so
Okay.
I grew up baking and sifting flour and kneading
Mm.
dough and all that stuff. I hated baking. Now I know how to do
Mm.
it. I just don't like doing it. I'm
Watching
more,
yeast rise.
yeah, house hot as hell, house heat on hell. You know what I'm saying? But I started when I was like 7, helping her, do stuff because she did everything from scratch,
Mm.
everything. So, um, and then when I said about 2012, I had broke my ankle and I couldn't walk for a whole year. So my job, I couldn't work my job because my job required me to be on my feet like 12 to 14 hours out the day. So
Mm.
I couldn't do my job. So I ain't had no job. I was unemployed that whole time. I couldn't walk for that year. I had 2 surgeries, so I was back and forth through ortho Indy with my surgery. So I decided to go to culinary school. I
Okay.
said, okay, I'm gonna go back to school then. And since I can't do nothing right now, so I went on to culinary school in 2014. I started going to Ivy Tech. Um, Clock
Yeah.
that. I love me some Ivy Tech, and
hmm
I graduated in 2016, December 2016. I graduated with my AAS in hospitality administration, concentration in culinary arts. So that was really, thank you,
I'm
thank
just
you.
gonna give that because
I really enjoyed that because even though I tell people a lot of times when you cook,
mhm.
when you say I tell people there's a difference betwany a chef and a cook.
Absolutely,
And,
I
and you know
say the
anybody say
same thing.
I know how to
It's
cook.
like
Okay,
no,
you may know how to cook.
professionally,
Yeah, you may know how to cook, and
and
you may know how to cook great. You know what I mean? May be good and everything, but
groups, events,
that
like
the chef part of it, like
yes,
if you ain't been to culinary school,
yes.
you ain't no chef.
So the chef part of it, and you can say probably as well, you're being a chef, like it's more of the technique.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
and being a
the
chef, yeah, it requires a lot more. Like you got
mhm.
to know what you're doing, like and
Absolutely.
what makes things do like they do. You got to, like you said, there is methods. There's different methods of cooking.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't know all the methods and
different styles,
oh yeah,
different
oh yeah,
yeah.
you got different all the different international cuisines and stuff of that nature. So,
Yes.
that's why I tell people. And a lot of people like, you good cook. No, I'm a chef.
Yep.
We gonna say that because that was hard work and I went to school for it and I earned my chops and
I
I
for real.
appreciate that
I correct
for
people all
real.
the
And I have to
time
check
too.
people all the time for real,
Right.
for real.
Fun fact, you know the big white Le Cordon hats
Uh-huh.
that Chef makes
Hmm.
for the viewers, maybe Chef Boyardee per
Yeah,
se.
they're chops. Those are my
Each
chops.
fold in the hat represents how many ways that chef knows how to prepare an egg.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Hmm.
So you see somebody with a lot of folds in that Le Cordon hat,
No.
you're
Is
like,
that what that means?
I only know about 5.
I didn't know that. But
So
but yeah, so after that, and then I started after I graduated from Ivy Tech. Then I got off into the culinary world where I was and my friend Jennifer, shout out to her. She gave me my first job being a chef and running,
Mhm.
a kitchen. And this is where I had to feed the kids after school program, the after school risk program for
Okay.
kids. It was over. Used to be
I love
Gyra
kids.
Sports. Over used to be Gyra Sports over there off of Ralston and that over there off of Ralston, but now it's called what's that? What is it? What's that school? Oh shit, Kip.
Oh
Kip.
yes.
Now it's Kip.
Kip
Yep,
is
I knew it was gonna
in.
come to me something like
Mm-hmm.
okay. So I started off doing there, doing that, and that was good. I did good with that, and really, what really put me into that chef beast mode for real was when I became the sous chef at the casino in Shelbyville. Yeah,
Yes.
when I did that, and I worked there up until the pandemic. When the pandemic kicked
Mm-hmm.
in, of course they let everybody go.
Me too. I
Yeah,
look Chef World. Yeah.
they let everybody go.
We
So, you know,
unemployment line.
yeah, but we was getting a little pay,
Mm-hmm.
still. But they let everybody go because you couldn't do buffets and stuff no more. But
Right.
that's what really pushed me into that be chef mode like that because I was able to work in a high volume
Yes, and fine
environment
dining is
and fine
definitely
dining. Oh
different.
yeah, all that. And it's way different, way
Hmm.
different. That's like some of these people out here, you know, certain restaurants and food trucks and stuff. It ain't about just the food when you're a chef. It's you got to know the business side of it.
Absolutely.
The health side of it. The
Yes.
health side, you got to have your standards, your health
Your
codes,
your
all
food
that.
your food and bloodborne
You got to
pathogens.
exactly. You got
You
to
don't
know
get nobody sick.
you got to know everything about it. You got to know. So that's why I really went back because yeah, I knew how to cook, but I
It's
wanted to know everything all the way around the board. I wanted to learn because that was my dream
hmm
to have a restaurant. I did open up a restaurant back in 2019 with a somebody I had partnered with,
hmm
and sometimes being a entrepreneur at that time and owning a business because I during the pandemic when they let us go, I got the LLC. I applied, got all that
Yep.
together. Shout out to Katina Washington because she was my business mentor. You know what I mean?
hmm
And she helped me and showed me what I needed to do on my part. You know what I mean? Because it takes a lot of work. It ain't nothing. It ain't being an entrepreneur ain't for the weak.
Oh, I
It
know.
ain't for the weak. It ain't for the
Whew.
weak. And you got to really work. You got to put in blood, sweat, and tears and stuff like that. You gotta invest in yourself. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's like if don't nobody else bet on you, bet on yourself. Like you know what you can do. So that was my thing, and so she pretty much helped me along the way to learn things about the having an LLC and stuff like that. I graduated from one of her cohort programs,
hmm
which we were with the Indie Black Chamber of
Chamber of
Commerce. Yeah,
Commerce.
yeah.
Yes. hmm
So did that. So it kind of I learned a lot, but I'm gonna tell you about um getting in stuff. I guess without having some
Roadblocks.
business. How can I put it? Mm, I'll say this: me opening up the first time I opened up a restaurant, I would say that I learned a lot. People that I thought um, would be there for me, you know what I mean, or help with the support and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It don't come like that. You know what I mean? It
Down
don't
real.
come like
Oh
that. It's
yeah.
like, you hear people like, oh yeah, I got you, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna support you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. And then when it's time for something to happen, it don't go like that. Or they don't feel like it's going the way that they plan. So I tell people, when you have a
Mm.
business and you open up a business, you don't expect a profit for at least a couple of years,
Right.
because you got to, every month dime that you're making, you got to put it right back into the business.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got time to do, you know what I'm saying, put it nowhere else. But I messed up with just not with Katina taught me the stuff, but before Katina, I had linked up with somebody, and it wasn't right. It wasn't
Mm.
right. It pretty much got bamboozled out the thing to where
Okay.
I just walked away from it. You know what I mean? Because it was either that or somebody's gonna get fucked up. It was just so it's like walk away from it. So I got away
Hey,
from it. So
gotta watch your business partner sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and especially when mm, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay, so that was back in 2019, but I had opened up, and I was right off High School Road, my west, and it ran. I probably did it for about a few months before it went, and and it just wasn't right. The place that we got the space from, you know what I'm saying, just stuff wasn't right. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing. People think because you women, like some people think because you're a woman and stuff, you don't know, and things, the ins and outs.
Mm.
But it just wasn't right.
So
So then that
can you say that with all your accolades in hospitality that you still have faced like hardship when it comes to your sex in the industry as well?
yeah, I could say that. Yep, yep,
Okay.
yep. I would say that because
That's I was like, hospitality is, a
and people
male
be and they
dominated
be
kind of,
intimidated.
you
They be
know,
intimidated. A lot of people is intimidated
yeah.
by me. When I walk in a room, I go off energy. I can
Mhm.
feel energy. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And sometimes it could be a blessing and a curse, because sometimes it be draining. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I can
That's that
feel
look, that's the
energies.
Pisces
That's
right
that
there.
exactly. Yep.
Look.
Pisces, the best out the zodiac, because we
Ooh.
know
And
all of y'all. That's why we the last one.
yeah.
We know all y'all. Okay.
Move in a different
Yeah.
space when I feel that offness.
Yeah,
We're gonna
so it's
call it
just
that.
like, yeah, and like just the last little spot I was working at, and
Mm,
it just comes to grips that certain jobs, um, I'm glad that I've had the experience to, like, I was at the casino. Oops,
mhm.
then after the casino, during the pandemic, that's when I started my own catering company. That's when I
Yes.
actually became legit. Got the LLC. I was already doing it, had the name.
Got the
You know what
experience,
I'm saying?
figure
Had my
out
name, had my brand.
what you like, what you
Yeah,
didn't, how the
yeah,
ins and outs, and you're like, I can do this on my own. I'm
hmm
running somebody else's
yeah.
business. That's how I felt.
Yeah, and it's like, then it's like when you pray about it and you ask God, to
Mm,
lead you in what direction you want to be in. Because at that time, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do something different. I'm tired of working for somebody, you know what I mean, and they
mhm.
ain't. I can be doing this for myself. So it was like I'm ready to do something different. So then that pandemic, that was the best. It was kind of a blessing and a curse with that too, because just because it was the pandemic, a lot of things you couldn't do,
Right.
and things of that nature. But it was a blessing for me as well, because that's when I became an LLC, and had, got my Dun and Bradstreet number and all that
Mhm.
stuff, and just things of that nature. That's when I did that, and it kind of took off from there. The first the first 2 years during the pandemic, what if I say the 2020 to 20, the end of
Mhm.
20, I stopped because my mom passed in 2021. So
Mhm. Lord rest her
I
soul.
yeah, when she passed, I kind of stopped because I was taking care of her. So it was like I was just doing personal and private
Mm-hmm.
parties and stuff for that. But
I saw you. Hey, some of them wasn't too private because at a event that I was judging at and sponsoring, you were the caterer
oh
for.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was last year
No,
for
I'm
All Star
saying you be
Weekend.
doing your big ones.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
consider that private, hey, baby, kudos to
That was
you.
the All Star. That was the All Star Weekend. They sneaker ball I did for the
Mm-hmm.
Indie Pride of Color.
Yes, sir.
Uh huh.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
yeah, that yeah yeah. I've had a few
And
big ones. The ones
in the
two weeks.
cuisine, I had to go all the way up to the VIP because I was
Yeah,
smelling it coming in the door, getting through security. I said,
and
"Who?"
they
I said, "Who's the chef?"
that was just appetizers. It was just appetizers
Mm-hmm.
that night, finger foods and stuff. But yeah, yeah, that's when it kind of took off. And then after my mom passed, I just poured myself into work. I didn't even take no time. I just poured myself back into
Mm-hmm.
what I love to do. And then that's when I hooked up with Katina and was going to open up downtown in Circle Center Mall, which I never got to actually open it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was me experiencing my first time being part of a brick and mortar. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
And the
So,
planning and
yeah,
all the,
yeah. So I
know,
learned that and
yeah,
everything. And
especially within a mall system too, because
yeah, because it was the
it's a
food
whole
court.
extra
Yeah.
handbook from you know
Hmm.
Simon or
Yeah.
whoever. Like they have their own things. As I don't know if you remember, I tried to like do that with a bookstore
Uh huh.
in Castleton, and
Hmm. And you have to go through it. Yeah.
it was a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. It do be a lot. It do be a lot.
It was
And
a
you know they just need
lot.
to just tear that whole mall down and rebuild it because it's horrible.
Oh,
Yeah. It's horrible. That's why ain't nothing in there now. It's just horrible. So anywho, but after that, yeah, after that, I got kind of discouraged after that. After that happened because I took every dime that I had, all
Mm-hmm.
my money, and it was like 15,000. Then I took out a loan. I had a business loan for another. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I when that fell through and it didn't never take off. I just got discouraged and just was like, fuck a restaurant. I ain't doing no
Mm-hmm.
restaurant no more because I was like, I ain't doing it. So I was like, I'd rather just get a food truck. You know what I mean? So um, that's that's what I'm working on now. Me getting a food truck.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then I got another idea too, but I can't put it out there just yet.
Hey.
Something else that I'm
We're
brewing. That's
gonna
brewing.
manifest it quietly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I got something else that's brewing. But because the food truck, everybody got a food truck.
Mm.
Everybody, me, I like to think out the box and be something different where I don't just have customers and guests. I turn mine to raving fans. So that's how it worked for me. So in Indianapolis is just so you know everybody like clicked up. If
Mm.
if you don't know them or they don't know
If you
you,
know
or
somebody, yeah.
then we ain't doing that. It just yeah. To me, yeah. I think I'm bigger than
I see a bigger
Indianapolis.
city with
Like me going
a
somewhere
more
big.
open a
Yeah,
more networking type
yeah,
city
yeah. Because
vibes, like
when I go out of
Atlanta,
town, oh, yeah,
stuff like that,
yeah,
and people say so much competition. I was like, but the competition works together.
yeah,
They network and they collaborate,
exactly.
unlike the competition in certain
Yeah,
places.
I done had a few chefs. I know a few chefs that that we cool and stuff, and we talk about doing stuff together.
Hmm.
But both of us everybody had their own thing going on too. But
Hmm.
we done talked about getting together and doing stuff together. That I know here in the city and stuff that I know that they know what they doing too, and
Right.
they chefs. You know what I mean? So we didn't talked about it before. We just ain't never put nothing into the making, but we
Okay.
working on that too. We
Look,
got to do better with that too, because the way stuff set up now, like it's yeah.
if it's meant, it'll happen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So speaking of food, what's your idea of comfort food? You have any favorites or what
Yeah.
comes to mind when you hear comfort food?
Greens. Some
Greens.
greens, especially my
Uh,
greens. My mixed greens with my smoked turkey tails. And
I like greens.
comfort food to me is soul food.
Okay.
Sometimes it depends on the mood too. It depends on the season. Cause sometimes in the wintertime, comfort food to me could be make me making a big thing of beef stew, or you know what I'm
Okay.
saying, or some chicken, homemade chicken noodles, chicken noodles, homemade chicken and noodles.
Do you feel like your clients or customers feel the soul in your food?
Oh yeah,
You feel
oh
like
yeah,
they feel that comfort in
oh
your
yeah,
food? You
oh
like
yeah.
I like watching. I don't know. It's weird. People hate getting watched while they eat, but if you eat my food, I'm gonna look at you.
Well, you know how I
uh,
know that they get it in it like that in my food.
nobody talking.
Ain't nobody talking.
Ain't nobody. They too
Ain't
busy.
nobody
All
talking.
you hearing is
I just
forks
catered.
and scraping the plate.
I just catered a housewarming brunch
uh,
Saturday, this past Saturday.
uh,
When nobody talking. As soon as they, I made that. As soon as they got, and the chicken. Oh Lord, everybody love my chicken.
mm.
My chicken.
Fried chicken.
Well, chicken period, because I
Okay.
don't deep fry my chicken. I oven fry it. So
Mm.
that's why I don't put no batter on stuff on. I don't put no flour on my chicken or nothing like that. So because I oven fry it. So
Okay.
and then it's I use different stuff. So I don't cook with salt and stuff. I don't use salt and stuff like that. So I know I play with different spices and herbs and stuff
Mm-hmm.
to create some stuff. I make up some stuff. I said I was gonna start me a little seasoning business,
You
selling
should.
seasonings.
You should. I was thinking about that
Yeah,
too.
and
But
then yeah. So
and I
yeah,
put
that's
together some great sauces as well
yeah.
in seasoning.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Cause I remember one day I
I
ran
say
out of
go for
ketchup.
it.
I ran out of ketchup one day,
Mm-hmm.
and I told well, we ain't had no ketchup, and I told my daughter, I said, "We need no ketchup." I said, "I got stuff in the cabinet. I
Mm-hmm.
can make some ketchup."
Yeah. Right.
And she was like, "Mom, what you gonna make some ketchup?" I said, "Boom!" I pulled out tomato sauce. I
Yeah.
pulled out all the stuff. I said, "I know what to do to make the ketchup.
Yep.
I know what I need." I said, I got that right here in the cabinet. Boom, boom, boom."
And it was
When I
better
made it, she
than
was like,
it
"This
was
tastes
better
good."
than
She was like, "This is good, Mama. This tastes good." I'm like,
okay.
"Yeah,
I
I
do that
know
with barbecue sauce all the time.
that too,
I love
that
making
too." Yeah,
barbecue
I
sauce.
be like, "We ain't gotta buy that stuff. I got it right here." And sometimes it's quicker to just people you don't even realize what you have in your cabinets, in your kitchen cabinet that you have everything that you could have in
It
there
depends
to
on you
make
if
something.
you're a cook or not.
Yeah.
You know, I opened some cabinets. There was only two ingredients in it,
Oh well.
but I got three cabinets of just seasoning in my
That's me. That's me too. My whole
so.
right in front of my above my microwave, all that
Mhm.
is seasonings. Yep.
So as y'all know, hospitality is very, very demanding. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hours.
It is.
It could be a lot of planning if you're in fine dining or
Mhm.
um, a more demanding field of hospitality. Um, with that being said, can you describe a time you felt overwhelmed as a business owner, and how did you recover?
Well, good question. I'm gonna have to say it was when I was trying to open up downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was a lot. I was in one space. They had put me in the first space, and it was horrible. But I had was cleaning up, had fixed it all up and everything, and then they moved me to another spot, which was a whole
Mm-hmm.
lot better. It was a lot better. It was more, more up to where my grading where I needed it to be, except
Right.
for the pipes was still messed up. So, um, I thought here I was thinking that my grand opening was scheduled for this particular time,
Mm-hmm.
and then a week before it, they tell me no. You know what I mean? Because the health department had to come out and inspect it, and then it just it's like they push it. It's like when they come out to inspect, they'll tell you, "Oh, we'll be out there." You don't. It's just
They
be a
don't show
hassle.
up.
Yeah. Then you got to stay on them about, "Hey, my opening date is such and such and such. I need you to come and inspect or whatever." And then when they came to inspect it and they didn't approve it because of the pipes and
Mm-hmm.
telling them what they had to do, it got frustrating because I was expecting to open.
You start feeling like the middleman
Yeah.
in between, and
Yeah.
you should
And
just
then
been focused
steady
on opening your business.
working, working, doing stuff down
Yep.
there, steady trying to get it up to code and making sure everything is together.
It's a lot.
It got frustrating, and then it was like the people that said that they would help me clean and stuff like that. I remember I had even posted in my on my social media about needing some people to come and just volunteer and help out or whatever. And you know, they nobody really came. It was like me doing everything. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple of my good girlfriends came down to help. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it was mostly mainly me doing everything and just long hours of just trying to get it established and then for it to not even take off. You know what I mean? So that became very frustrating. Like I said, I just was like, ugh, I just didn't want to deal with nothing for a minute. And how I recovered back, it was like I had a dream. I had a dream, and I dreamed that I had opened. I dreamed I
Oh
had
wow.
opened, and so it was, and it had like got really big. Just I mean, just really big, just real popular and just popping, and everything. And then it was like in the midst of that dream, it was like Nikki, like get your shit together, like okay, you know what I mean, like this happened. This is out of your control, especially so it came like you need to learn to deal when stuff is out your control. That's my thing. I have to be like, because I feel like if I'm not in control, uh, it ain't gonna happen. You know
Right.
what I mean? So it kind of frustrated me. I bounced back like after that dream, and it was like, okay, let me. And then I had people that was my faithful people, the clients and people that I deal with, calling me like, hey, we need some macaroni. We need this. We need what's girl. What we gonna get? You know. So I'm like, you know what? And it's like we don't give a fuck if you ain't open up the restaurant. We'll come to the house.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? They're like, we'll come to your house. We like, we'll come
Yes.
to your house and stuff. And I'm
That's how
like,
you know it's good.
and I'm like, you know what? They be like, well, can you bring it? Or you know, they be like, hey,
Okay.
but then I've had people even be like, we can get a spot. I'll help you get a spot. Let's get a venue. Let's work together and get a venue or something,
Or come to
or
my
you know what I'm
pop-up
saying?
shops or
Yeah.
something. Like
So
we need to see you
so
out
it was like
there.
okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So then I got back into doing vendors, being a vendor at different places and stuff again. Because I vendored for, the comedian Donald Martin for show. I was a vendor at one of his comedy shows at Martin University.
Okay.
And so, that's what made me get back into it. And I'm like, you know what, yeah. And I have a passion for it. That's what I love to do.
Yes.
I love to cook. I have a passion for it. That's pretty much, I don't want to work nowhere, nothing else. I've been in the food and beverage industry for so long. It's like that's really all I ain't gonna say it's all I know, but
Yeah.
what I poured more into. You know what I mean? Because I'm a Jackie of all trade, but that's what I have a passion for, cooking.
Yes.
It's therapy for me when I'm depressed and don't feel like something. If I go in there and start cooking, it's therapy for me.
Same.
Cooking is therapy for me. So
Put
if
my music on, start cooking.
and that's exactly what I do. Put my music on. Next thing you know,
I cook to my music. Is that weird?
Yep. Nope. Next thing you know, I'm calling, say, hey, I done cooked for like it's only me. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm cooking like I got a multitude, like I'm feeding a multitude of
Because
people.
when you go from commercial to at home,
Yeah,
it's
I don't know how
definitely
to
a
make no
switch. I
small
don't know how to
meals.
make a single meal. I'm used to making platters for catering or multiple single dishes.
I don't even know how to make no small meals. I swear I don't. I'll be like,
Wow.
what? Even just cooking Monday, I had made meatloaf. I used ground turkey. I used so turkey, my ground turkey meatloaf. I did roasted garlic mashed potatoes, and I had a vegetable medley, and I made a little gravy for it, right? So when I cooked, I was like, damn, Nikki, who finna eat all this? But I knew that like my daughter and my son-in-law was gonna eat and stuff like that. So it was like, but still, it was a lot left. It's probably still some left in the
Oh
refrigerator now.
wow.
But it was like, who gonna eat this? Cause I was just like, okay. And then I got people be like, you need to be outside at the clubs when the clubs get out selling your chicken, Nikki, cause people love my chicken.
Oh,
Like
I know.
my chicken is
I remember the chicken from the after party. See, I used to host a club, and then they wanted me to host the after parties. I walk in the after parties, and
the chicken.
Auntie Nikki got the chef coat on at the after party frying chicken. I'm
Fried
like,
chicken,
oh my
baby.
God, we
Yep.
have food in the wee hours
In
of
the
the
morning.
night or the
Exactly. And
morning.
that's how you're supposed to be. Because
Like,
where I'm from, that's what we do too. Like you get through partying at the club or bar or whatever,
yeah,
you want something to eat. You want something to eat.
especially if it's good
Or even if you
too.
or even yeah, and
It's,
if you after hours and you still drinking and stuff, you want something to eat. Yeah, that's the time people
soak
eat.
up all that
Soak up all the
liquor,
alcohol, liquor, because they get drunk.
man.
And especially when it's good, you know. Um
So I got a question.
what?
Do you feel like there's enough talk about mental health in, I would just say, in the black culture in general?
No, but they starting to now. It's starting to get a little more open to it.
Uh-huh.
It's starting to get better with it because no, because especially black people, we were raised, what goes on in this house, stay in the house and don't say nothing, and you better not tell, our business,
Yep.
stuff like that. So that's what we was raised like that. So
Hold everything in
yeah, so that
culturally.
right there, from my own experience, not if I go stay the night at Auntie them house, I better not say what happened at our house. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
it's the same thing. Even go to Granny's, but my grandma already knew. You know what I
It
mean?
wasn't like a feel of like openness, or
Huh?
it wasn't like a feeling of like openness or like welcoming for
Right.
talking about things that were considered private, I
Yeah,
guess.
it wasn't. It was like, and if you say something, I'm gonna beat your ass and all this. So it's like you. That's how we was raised. So now, now it's like you really can't hide nothing no more nowadays. The way technology is and the way the way the world is now, it's like
It's sad
if you don't
nowadays. You're
talk about it, they can pull it up. They
man.
can pull it up. You can Google it. You can do all that.
Hey,
It's like
look, nowadays the watches can diagnose you,
exactly. That's what they
tell
say. I
you you've been
swear. I
depressed.
say.
You're like,
I say.
what?
You be like, I was like, how you know how many drinks I done drunk? Okay, but yep. So that's true. So, but now they starting to open up and talk about mental health.
Mhm.
Like you could take a mental health day now, or
Yep,
and so
it's becoming
and I can even say,
culturally
yeah, I can even say I
appropriate.
was even against like going to therapy. I was like, I ain't going to talk to no shrink. I ain't
Hmm.
crazy, or I'd be like, I ain't doing that. But I have started going. You know what I mean? And it
Hmm.
does help. It does help. It does help with your mental. Shoot, yeah, it does. Because a lot of stuff you don't realize. I guess what you went through even as an adolescent,
Hmm.
it still affects you as an adult,
Absolutely.
and you think that you done got over something,
Yes.
and that could be what's behind all
Hmm. There.
what's going on. So yeah.
Fun fact: there are a multitude of childhood traumas that eventually turn into adult mental health disorders.
Hmm.
Um, and they actually can manifest into multiple disorders if the initial one isn't treated. So,
Hmm.
I always prioritize mental health.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing now. Then it's like, okay, so then you have mental health, but then it's like people judge. They judge you like for that.
For seeking therapy,
Yeah, some people judge. Some people judge
or for
people.
having a condition.
Both.
Oh, well, yeah,
I would say both
yeah.
because people do that. I would say both because It'd be like somebody be like, well, what you going to therapy for? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Or why you in therapy? What's wrong with
Oh,
you?
yeah, yeah.
What's your
And
problem?
then the words they get overused and misused
Misuse,
that are
definitely
very
misuse.
serious in psychology, like narcissists and gaslighting, things of
Hmm.
that nature.
Hmm.
Like that people just
A lot of people don't even know what
they
narcissism
don't
is. They
even
just be saying it
they don't even
and
know what
don't
it
even really
means.
know what it is. Oh, they got narcissism. You don't even know
um,
what it is. Not for real, because I mean, if you the real definition of a narcissist, you know the definition of narcissist, then you would know that from dealing with somebody
yeah,
off the top. You would know that
you
they are
would know the
narcissist.
telltale
The red
signs
flags
of
gonna automatically pop out.
you couldn't even be around them.
Mm-mm.
Once you get a couple of them flags from you, like oh,
Nope.
you know,
Nope.
it's not something that you just use loosely because
Yeah.
somebody tried to trick you. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I see it happen
You're
all the
right.
time.
You're right. You're right.
What kind of information will you give a young person that got a lot going on that should seek treatment, but they have stigma and backlash about therapy?
Um, I have a young, well, she's a young adult, my youngest daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And she don't see therapy now, but she was going because of what she's been through as a child. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She lost her father when she was 2. You know what I mean? So just things in that nature. She lost both her grandmothers within 30 days. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So she had a lot of stuff going on as a child, and she's
Mm-hmm.
been through a lot. So she has like anxiety issues.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like um, she take medication for it, but I try her to veer off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like because you don't need medication. That's all. That's what they like to do. To
Mm-hmm.
write you a script. Here, go take this. No, a lot of times you don't need the medication.
Yeah.
You, especially dealing. I have anxiety sometimes too, and especially with dealing with anxiety, you have to know how to. You got to know how to talk to people.
And also, you gotta figure out what your triggers are.
Yeah, yeah, and for like she's a young girl. She's 19, and like I tell her, talk. You know what I mean? Communication is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and one thing I learned, I have 3 children. I didn't get it right until the third child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Amen.
Um, because being a parent don't come with instructions or a manual
Okay.
like a car, and stuff like appliances. They don't come with no instructions or a manual. You learn from your mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So the first two, I wasn't really in their life because I was incarcerated, but my youngest, like I tell her, communication. I keep that line of communication where you can come and talk to me about anything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can come and talk to me about anything, and then we can figure it out. You know what I mean? We'll be able to figure it out what's, what we need to do. Or if I don't have the answer for you, if I can't answer it, I just be like, let me get back with you on that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, let me get back with you on that.
I am a
I ain't
fur.
gonna say I
Yeah.
don't know.
Right.
I'm gonna say, let me get back with you on that.
Cause we Pisces, we're resource people. We If
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the answer, if I don't got what you need right now, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna bother me now that I'm trying to figure out if you came to me for
Right.
something that I couldn't have available for you. So now it's on my list, my to do list. So I love that about us. Um,
Yeah. Okay.
so you would tell them, basically like it's okay to, seek therapy if they need it, or
Yeah.
with
Yeah. I
without,
would.
medication, like a
Yeah. I would tell you to try. Yeah. Holistic. Yeah.
holistic approach, or
Oh yeah.
like using like mindfulness activities like yoga, meditation,
Mm-hmm.
sound therapy,
Mm-hmm.
things of that.
I said I would recommend anybody try to do something natural or holistically before
Mm-hmm.
just getting on a prescription or just taking meds, because sometimes them medications, the side effects from them, that
Absolutely.
they do worse, they do you bad worse than your actual diagnosis. You know what I mean? Shit.
It's true.
I mean, because that
Um,
just like my son, he was diagnosed way back when he was a kid with ADHD. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
And he didn't like taking the medication because he said it made him feel like a zombie.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I took him off of it. But if you want to get a check for it, if they're getting SSI, Social Security or something, you got to be on the meds and stuff like that. It's like what? I was like, you ain't got to take that if you don't want
In
to,
the
because
government's eyes, to have the disability, you should be getting the treatment for that disability.
well, I mean,
Unfortunately, and
that ain't unfortunate though. If you got a disability, you should get some type of treatment. But
well, I feel like people should choose what kind of
yeah,
treatment
yeah,
option, because there are
yeah.
multiple treatment
Oh
options,
yeah,
not just
yeah. Not just immediately
the
get straight on some.
pharmaceutical
Yeah,
company.
yeah.
Like,
But that's the way again. But again, like you
absolutely,
said, the
yeah.
government. We talk about the government. That means because they control all that. You know.
But yeah, I mean, I would say the same. I would, also persuade anybody who feels like they just have a lot on their mind. You know, they if you are at the point to where your thoughts will keep you up at night, if you have worry and doubt all the time, if you got anxiety about things you normally don't have anxiety over, those are telltale signs of um, some disorders. You know.
Yeah. And I pray. You gotta pray. I mean, I believe in Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I believe in God and Jesus
Amen.
Christ. So I pray. You know, a lot of people have their own beliefs or whatever, but
Hmm.
and whoever you pray to, you need to pray. You know what I mean?
Have
To me, prayer
some
just
kind of
changes.
faith.
It
Absolutely.
changes. It just changes things. It open up stuff that like what the devil meant for evil. God turned it around for good. You know what
Hey,
I mean? So.
I look at it as religious therapy,
Mhm.
prayer.
Oh yeah, I definitely pray. You got to. I be praying sometimes when I'm just out and about. You ain't got to just be, get on your knees and stuff. And that's what it used to be like. I used to always feel like that. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God, if I ain't praying, if I ain't on my knees
Yeah.
and dear Father and all that Heavenly Father, I just talk to them. I just talk to them, Daddy, Big Daddy, I need your child. You know how your child is, Lord.
Man.
You got to talk to them. So I mean, it's like because for each person it's personal. Everybody is personal. You have your own
Teach us in church.
thing.
Do you have a personal relationship with the Lord and Savior?
Because it's personal. It's definitely personal. It's definitely personal. You can't go up and represent me and when you get to the pearly gates
Absolutely.
on Judgment Day. I mean, everybody
But
for
what about
themselves.
my auntie? She gotta come and stand
Okay.
before him on her
Okay.
own.
Like, well, hey, open up that book of life and be like, what did you do? What did you do?
What
So yeah.
it's been amazing. What kind of final thought would you like to leave with our viewers or listeners?
Since we're talking about pouring into others and remembering to feed yourself, um, I'm still doing that actually. I'm
Okay.
still doing that. I'm still doing that because I was in a 15-year relationship
Mm.
and I've been single for two,
Okay.
and so I had to all that I poured into that relationship,
Mm-hmm.
I had to pour it back into myself.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you lose yourself. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? In things like that, relationships or just ships, period.
Mm-hmm.
Friendship, relationship, whatever, situationship. You can lose yourself by pouring. And see, I was always a
Oh, I know.
people. I used to be a people pleaser, a people person. You know, wanting to please everybody else, but
Yeah.
and then I was always the type where I would give you advice and not even use it on myself. But if I see it work for you, then I'm like, oh shit, I'm finna try that now. You know what I'm saying? But I had to learn, and like I said, I'm still doing that. I'm still pouring back into myself. I'm still pouring back into myself. And as I'm doing that, it's teaching me that there are boundaries and limitations. You have to have a boundary, even with people. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's boundaries. There's boundaries and limitations with that because now I know what I will and will not deal with. You know what I'm saying? Just from that of me pouring back into myself. I'm finding myself. I'm being myself. So that's why I said
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to reintroduce myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it's like you you lose yourself.
Yeah.
And I can admit that. Some people, a lot of you have to get real with yourself. See, that's where it starts right there. That's self care. That's self. You got to get back
Self
with that self.
realization. Yes.
You got to love yourself before you can love somebody else.
Right.
So you got to
Efficiently.
you
Yes.
got to pour into yourself. So that final thought would be, it's okay to tell people no sometimes. It's okay to say no.
Mm.
Uh, it's okay to
Be selfish a little bit.
yeah, it's okay to be selfless. Yeah. And just be about yourself. It's okay to that. Like you need, like we were just talking about before we started the cast about taking time and like your self care, your routine or whatever
Mm-hmm.
you shut down, put your phone on D&D or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay to do that. And if don't nobody like it, so what? So what? I've
Okay.
I've learned 3 F's. If you ain't fucking me, feeding me, or financing me, then fuck you. That's why I'm looking at it. I mean, because
Hey.
that right there, That's it.
Now I'll piggyback on that for my final thought. Like I said, pour in yourself, and in the midst of doing that, make sure you pour from a glass, a full glass.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't pour if you don't got nothing to pour. Um,
That's correct.
because then you start taking away from your self care, your self love, and all of that. And like Chef Nikki said, you lose yourself. So always remember that when you do pour into others, that you water your garden before you water the neighbors. I'm gonna say it like
Yeah. Yeah.
that.
That's right. Dad, I like that. Water your garden. Or your
So,
plants. Nah.
Nikki, tell the folks what you got going on, what they should be expecting, how to find you,
Oh,
etc., etc.
well, I'm on all social platforms. Chef Nikki Nicole is my Facebook account, and Instagram is sexy chef underscore 75.
Okay.
TikTok, I'm Chef Nikki Nicole. Um, uh, I don't even do the X thing no more. I don't do the Twitter X stuff. So, and Snapchat, I'm Chef Nikki. Let's see. And you also can look up under my business page is Gathering Cafe LLC on Facebook for that. And what I'm doing next,
Stay tuned.
stay tuned,
Keep
y'all. It's
on
coming.
watching.
But I am available for bookings for events. So if y'all have different events or private parties, I do private parties and
Absolutely.
um
And we'll put those links for everything down here in the description for
I'm
y'all.
also right now, and actually right now it's prom time and graduations and stuff. So I did put on my social platform last week that I am doing. You got any graduation or open house specials starting at $10 a person for depending on your menu. So
Okay.
yep. So I am doing that up until they go back to school because people be having graduation parties all the way up until
Yeah.
school start back in August. So yep. So that's what I'm doing now. So yeah,
All right.
that's about it.
Okay. Well, it was great having you. I
Thank you
told you
for
that this was gonna
having me.
be this was gonna
Did
be
I
a
do
this is gonna be a good
good?
vibe. Until next time, thank y'all for watching the segment Ask the Business Owner with Chef Nikki Nicole right
Yes.
here in local Indianapolis, Indiana.
West side.
We'll see y'all next time. Project Mindset.
All right.